Construction management is about much more than just project management and cost management. Coordination is a key part of that. Ten, 15 years ago, a BIM manager, VDC manager role didn't exist. That job title was intended to be a strategic technology leader. But we tend to find that many of you tend to have a role that's much more manual, and you're doing lots of the manual tasks to help enable the rest of the project to work. How can we change that role into something more strategic again, that enables the rest of the team to help solve their problems, rather than being the person that tries to solve them all themselves? Technology's always been there to help us. It's always been there to try and automate and improve the way in which you work. But it can also be used to help lower the entry barrier to allow more people to do complex, difficult tasks, which gives you more time to focus on high value and escalated activities. What I'd like to talk about is how can we change your role from being the person responsible for everything to the enabler. I joined a small software company in Sheffield in England back in 2005. That company was called Navisworks, and my first week in the job was a real eye-opener. BIM and VDC were brand new terms. We worked on a brand new airport which was about to be built. We were working on a cruise liner. We worked on an oil rig, and we worked on a road project. I was helping people with solving problems to do with construction simulation and clash detection. One of the projects I was lucky enough to go and visit was a skyscraper project in New York. It was a large project, it was complicated, and the coordination team there were really up against it. They were doing their coordination just days before things were being built out on site. They had some real challenges with how they downloaded files, how they created their clash tests, and how they got reports out to the people that needed to fix them. I was lucky enough to go over there and help advise them on some of the ways that they could find more of those clashes, more of those things that were going to cost thousands of dollars out on site. BIM coordination back in 2005 was brand new. People before then were using things like light boxes to put two drawings over each other to have a look at where there was interferences and clashes. They might have even used putting those same drawings up against a window just to be able to see whether or not there was going to be a clash there. Then people started moving on to doing the same thing with layers in 2D. But really it was only when 3D technology came about, when BIM came about, that people were really able to truly test their models before they started building them. We all know that your job's changed. BIM, virtual design and construction, they've evolved over the last few years, and it involves so much more than just coordination and clash detection. But it's such a key part to how you contribute towards a project. BIM and VDC is so much more than just coordinating clashes. It involves managing your partners and collecting files and working with them. It involves upskilling and training multiple teams. It involves making BIM data useful to all your project partners. And most importantly, it involves minimizing the number of issues which reach the site, which can get really expensive when they get there.